Hi everyone, I'm here with Scott Smith from Cairns Finance, and he's been keeping me up to date with what's been happening in the finance industry. So over the next couple of weeks, we're actually going to bring a series of short videos to you on a few different topics. So if there's anything in particular that you've been wondering from a finance point of view, feel free to send those in, message me or an email, or give me a call, and we can certainly address those questions. But today, Scott, we're talking about interest rates, and recently we've had an interest rate cut. And I was wondering if you can tell me a bit about how the market's responding to that and what the banks are doing.
Definitely, Heidi. Good question. Really relevant at the moment, that's for sure. The Reserve Bank has reduced interest rates by 0.25%, or 25 points, as we say in the jargon. The official cash rate is now 1.25% from 1.5%. The interesting thing, though, is what the banks are doing. Most of them have reduced interest rates by the majority of the cut, 0.25, but not in all cases. So there is some disparity there between what the banks have actually passed on. Both the Reserve Bank Governor and the Treasurer have both encouraged the banks to do that.
I've heard that.
Yes, some of them have and some of them haven't. So there is a difference now, and we do need to be cognizant of when we're quoting interest rates, whether it's pre or post interest rate cut, because most of them haven't taken effect yet.
Okay. So, Scott, with the cut, what are some of the interest rate deals that are on offer at the moment?
Well, there's some really cool deals out there, that's for sure. The lowest sort of genuine interest rate at the moment is 2.99%, so under 3%, if you can believe that. It is a one-year special, and it's not for everyone, that's for sure. But there is some really good interest rates out there. Most people now well, almost everyone should have an interest rate starting with a 3. Some of them in the low to mid 3s. For property investors, they might be in the mid to high 3s.
Right, so they pay a little bit more usually.
Absolutely, yeah. If you've got an interest-only loan, particularly if it's investment, it will have a rate loading on it. But generally speaking, most of them will start with a 3 now.
Okay, so it's a good time to review.
It definitely is a great time to review and a cheap time to buy.
Yep. And so are the deals that are on offer with the banks at the moment, are they for existing customers or for new customers?
Yeah, so that's a really good question. What banks tend to do is they have these special offers mainly for new clients. Your existing bank should be reducing your interest rate, but they're not going to give you really those really cool deals that the marketing department are pushing out to new customers to the bank, which is frustrating sometimes because they don't always treat their existing customers as well as their new ones. I guess for us, we've got to be very cognizant of that. And sometimes it means that we've actually got to refinance a particular client in order to achieve a better deal. If we can avoid a refinance, we obviously will, but sometimes you really need that fresh start because the bank just won't budge.
Right. And Scott, do you have any predictions for what you see happening with the interest rates in the future?
Yeah, well, I predict them to go lower. Certainly on social a couple of months ago, we predicted at least one rate cut by now, and it's now finally happened. So I'd certainly suggest that be another one. So I guess, it is a really great time to consider buying a property or reviewing your current mortgage, particularly if it's an investment loan. I think it's a great time to buy an investment property in Cairns, that's for sure. Rates are very low, your rental return is very, very good, and the vacancy rates, as you'd well know, Heidi, are very, very low, aren't they?
Yeah.
So, it's a good outcome.
That sounds like good news. And Scott, do you have any predictions for what you see interest rates doing over the next few months?
Well, the crystal ball at this stage says that rates will definitely reduce further. I predicted a couple of months ago that we would have at least one rate cut by now, and it's now finally happened. So I do expect that there'll be at least one more.
About the same amount?
I think 25 points at a time is probably where the Reserve Bank is going to head with things. So it's certainly a great time to look at restructuring your existing loan and buying a new property, if that's something that's able to be done. Rates are very cheap. They're likely to get a little bit more less expensive again. And with, I guess, rental property vacancy rates very low, no particular spikes in property value, affordability there as an owner-occupier or investor is certainly there. So it's got to be a great time to buy in Cairns, surely.
Excellent. Oh, thank you very much. That's good news. Hopefully you've had some good insights from today's chat, and make sure you join us next week because Scott and I will be talking about what to do if you're thinking about buying a property in the next 3 to 12 months. Thanks.